Hello everyone, and now welcome to Game 1 in a series between Bo versus So. Game 1 taking place, well, this is not actually a series at all. I've actually been trying to look for some best of threes, and I have not been able to find any. So unfortunately, I will be casting what I believe to be a King of the Hill style, and I'm just randomly taking games from this series in order to cast them and hopefully educate myself a little bit more, find new and upcoming players that I enjoy watching, and that's the reason why I am casting a game between Bo versus SoSo. You can see Bo spawning as the red Night Elf player over here on the top left-hand side of the map. Meanwhile, SoSo is spawning here as the blue Orc. Orc versus Night Elf, and when there are no observers, I always go into the view of the Orc player, as I am able to keep track of that Blade Master much better since he does show up on the minimap. Interesting opening coming in from SoSo so far, as he is opening up without a barracks and instead going for a very fast Voodoo Lounge. With that fast Voodoo Lounge, he is going to be able to do a little bit more harassment, and I think he's really expecting his opponent to do that Ancient of War creep. But that's not actually what we're looking at here. You can see that Bo is opening up with a very economical opening, getting up a lot of Wisp, and now harvesting a fair amount of lumber. You can see him already, nope, you can't see how much lumber he is harvesting unless you go to there, 145, so it looks like he will be getting to tier 2 rather quickly and then trying to go for the Druids of the Talon. Now, this strategy is going to focus on the Demon Hunter trying to actually harass the Blade Master instead of the other way around. What's more interesting is the fact that the Blade Master has opened up with a harassment strategy of his own. So both of them are going to be trying to harass, and both of them are not going to get very far because the other player is not going to be creeping. We should be looking at a tech to tier 2 momentarily. No, there's an Ancient of War and a Hunter's Hall already, trying to create that front door as that Tree of Life. Once this Tree of Life finishes those Wisp, I am expecting a very fast tech to tier 2. Blade Master down over here, Demon Hunter did not get a mana burn off on him, as the Demon Hunter now looks to perhaps push inside this base. He's going to take a quick look around and spot that there is in fact no barracks, and on top of that, he is now going to be opening up, trying to place down an Ancient of War. However, Ancient of War does not work well against an Orc player who does have those Orc Burrows. Orc Burrows are very effective at taking down any sort of building as it's trying to be constructed, as the Demon Hunter doing a little bit of fancy footwork there, trying to get a little bit of distance, getting in a little bit of damage, and then pulling back at the last moment. There is a healing salve right after a Windwalk coming in right there, and that is what we're looking at here. Both sides coming in with a very fast tech to tier 2. There's the stronghold before we even have a barracks, as the Blade Master now comes in. There's the Windwalk strike. There is a little bit more damage there, plenty of healing salves, but the Demon Hunter will head back home with plenty of hit points, as he is going to be using those Moonwells. Huntresses now being added as well. You can see Hurricane Bow getting up those Huntresses, Moonwells being constructed, plenty of them, as the Blade Master and Demon Hunter decide who is going to be taking a little bit more damage and getting more harassed. Alright, Blade Master pretty much out of mana, Demon Hunter pretty much out of hit points, as a Huntress is now added into this group, and the Huntress is a rather dangerous unit for the Blade Master. The Huntress is actually one of the few units that can outrun I believe it can outrun a Blade Master. Not quite sure why it decided to Windwalk or break Shadow Meld there. Speed is average, movement speed is fast. Blade Master is also fast movement speed, soon to be going, or now fast with the green, meaning that he is slightly faster with those boots of speed. Coming back around, Moonwells have been drained. A Demon Hunter now regenerating a little bit of hit points, natural regeneration for the win there, as the Huntress just keeping track of where that Blade Master is. Huntresses do have Shadow Meld regeneration at Nightfall, as another mana burn goes down. Demon Hunter has to be a little bit careful here. Two Huntresses and the Blade Master has to be a little bit here. Two Huntresses and a Demon Hunter, more than enough of a match for that Blade Master, as he is now retreating. We are now looking at 2 watchtowers in position, and this is a lot more static defense than I'm used to. This is a little bit more of a play where I believe SoSo actually. Is it SoSo? Yeah, SoSo actually believes in his late game. He wants to get to tier 3. He wants to get to Raiders. He wants to get Ensnare, but he's really hoping for a late game. That is the reason why he has so much static defense. He's not sure, as we're now looking at a Panda coming in with Huntresses. I am surprised it's not a Naga Sea Witch. Not sure what the Panda can really do in terms of placing down pressure, as the Blade Master now comes back over. Blade Master has no mana, so cannot Windwalk, cannot truly harass here, as we now see a beautiful turnaround there. What you saw there was a use of the line of sight, purposely hiding just around the corner. That Blade Master cuts the corner there, ends up finding a large group of units, takes a little bit of damage, but the Blade Master still doing a good job just preventing the Panda and the Demon Hunter from getting in that much creeping. Alright, there's a Drunken Haze onto all of those units here. A lot of missed damage coming forth. Meanwhile, the Blade Master going to look to try and get in a little bit of damage here. It looks like he's going to be able to do exactly that. That Panda now taking a lot of damage once more, and that is just not very good at all. The Demon Hunter now comes in, getting in even more damage. It looks like the Glaive Bounce does its thing there, as we are now looking at the Null Overseer, who will most likely get taken out without much of an issue. Demon Hunter now trying to chase after a low hit point Blade Master, but the Blade Master with Boots of Speed will definitely outrun. Orc Burrows coming in. There's the Bestiary, and we are now going into Wind Riders. Double Wind Riders at tier 2, and that's the reason for the Watchtowers. He wants to make sure that he can defend against this, and this is going to be rather problematic. Archers are not that effective against Wind Riders, even though they do have medium armor. Their hit points are just not high enough. On top of that, Dryads are even more ineffective, as they do have unarmored and they take bonus damage. Same thing with the Huntresses. The Huntresses are unarmored as well, and now this Wind Rider is going to shut down this Ancient of Lore, and this is the problem. Double Wind Riders coming in. The Blade Master can run all the way home, not really caring at all. You can see Wisp now making their way over, and the Wind Riders, if they wanted to, can just take down these Wisps pretty easily. Alright, Staff of Preservation. No, now going after an Ancient Protector here. The Ancient Protector getting in a little bit of hit points. Let's take a look at there. Another poke there. Down goes another, as the Ancient of Lore still taking a little bit of damage. Now, I don't quite agree with the target acquisition on these Wind Riders. The Wind Riders should have focused on the Ancient of Protector while it was being built, and now there's actually a position that the Wind Riders can't really hit. Alright, one Dryad gonna have a very bad time there. If it tries to engage, you can see, there you go, taking a lot of damage. Just 2 volleys is more than enough to take it down, as the Ancient of Lore. Oh, what's going to happen here? Oh, is it going to go down? Yeah, oh, no, it doesn't. One more would have done it, as the Blade Master loses that Clarity Potion. Dryads, Huntresses, and now perhaps Bears being added as well. This is just the absolute worst army composition that Bo could have at this point, with those Wind Riders here. Ancient of War now taking a fair bit of damage as well, as now you also still see that there are healing salves on this Blade Master. This is going to turn into a very one-sided match as more Wind Riders are added, but this is a problem for SoSo. If SoSo overly invests in Wind Riders and it ends up that the Demon Hunter and the Panda both get an Orb of Venom, those Wind Riders don't have that many hit points, and the Demon Hunter would in fact deal a lot of damage to those units. You can see that damage over time. It really does start to add up. I believe it is about 9 damage a second after you take into consideration the natural regeneration, and that damage does really start to creep up relatively quickly. Now, the Panda is sitting at level 2, and with Breath of Fire on the table, he could lay down a good Breath of Fire on a tightly packed group of Wind Riders. That is going to be the big question now, whether or not the Panda is going to be enough of a deterrent for those Wind Riders to constantly be fleeing. Meanwhile, Blade Master picks up Vampiric Aura, going to deal extra damage again, and now finishing off the rest of this Ogre Warrior Troll creep camp. There it goes. Blade Master now healing himself back up, picking up some items. Yes, he is picking up some items, picks up a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability, still has 1 charge on that healing salve, and he is looking strong. Shadow Hunter now bringing in the rear here as we see the Demon Hunter and the Panda still fighting their way through. There goes another Demon Hunter now with plus 14 attack. That damage is going to be incredibly high and incredibly important in the moments to come. Staff of Preservation sending the Demon Hunter all the way back home. Demon Hunter now looking to perhaps take down some of those units. Unable to get a melee attack onto the Blade Master, as we now see, a quick Hex onto the Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter falls at level 1, but that is actually one of the benefits of having a level 1 hero, is that he does in fact regenerate relatively quickly. Huntress gets taken down. Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire. Is it enough though? Speed Scroll now being used as the Dryad gets poked down. Blade Master now at level 3, finishing off the rest of these units. This is not looking good at all for the Night Elf, even with the Panda using Breath of Fire. Without that Orb of Venom on the Panda really can't finish off those units. Is he going to pick up an Orb of Venom? No, he's picking up a Clarity Potion and a Moonstone instead. Quickly uses it and is hoping that the resurrection on that Demon Hunter is nearly done. Blade Master does a quick check. Was very, very smart to check that location. Wants to make sure that there is no expansion there. Claws of Attack +9, a dead giveaway that a higher level creep camp was crept out. And that's exactly what we saw there. Blade Master now just going to take it nice and easy throughout the rest of this game. The Wind Rider is more than a match here, and that is the problem. Without Druids of the Talon, without any real way to combat those Wind Riders, perhaps even Hippogriffs would have been a much better choice, as they do deal melee damage and are able to really focus down these units pretty quickly. The Blade Master is just shutting everything down pretty much on time. Blade Master sitting at level 3. It looked as though the Shadow Hunter picked up that tome there. Yes, he did. Gonna be slightly shy of level 3. Meanwhile, Blade Master is well shy of level 4, picking up True Shot Aura on all of those Wind Riders now, and also on that Shadow Hunter, and that Shadow Hunter has incredibly impressive damage. Reveal quickly coming into play, showing not very much of anything. Panda is right here. Demon Hunter does have Boots of Quel'Thalas +20 attack. If you needed good items, that's exactly what you're looking for on that Demon Hunter. The Demon Hunter now making its way over. Hippogriffs are right there. Drunken Haze, no Breath of Fire follow-up, though. There it is. And is the Breath of Fire really doing that much damage? There goes one Wind Rider. Shadow Hunter and Blade Master both level up. Demon Hunter trying to finish down more units. There goes another. Demon Hunter seen at level 3 now. Going after more units. Going after another Wind Rider. Shadow Hex. Wow, Hex onto the Demon Hunter, who had a Potion of Invulnerability. It was not used in time, and that is pretty much going to be the game. Both the Demon Hunter and the Panda falling. It looked for a moment that the Demon Hunter could have survived. 15 seconds of invulnerability would have been certain death for the remainder of the Wind Riders, but instead, Blade Master holds on, and the Shadow Hunter will be the MVP of this game if, in fact, the Orc wins. Demon Hunter still getting resurrected. Panda lays down a good Breath of Fire, but a Healing Wave quickly nullifies any damage truly dealt. Forest Troll Berserker, a last-ditch attempt at trying to take down an Air Superior army, and that is gonna be the end of it. Once the Panda falls, that will be the game. Wait, no, Panda having a little bit left in the tank, and there he goes. I believe the GG will be coming in momentarily. Not much that Hurricane Bow can do against SoSo, and a very fast tech to Wind Riders, catching Hurricane Bow off guard and gonna be getting the victory. Let's go ahead and see what's gonna be pulling back here. The Blade Master, the Shadow Hunter, still sitting pretty strong. There is a Druid of the Claw. Oh, Druid of the Claw gets a quick rejuvenation off. There you see an Orb of Lightning purging that Druid of Claw, preventing him from walking, and now that is just adding more insult to injury, and that will be the game. SoSo taking game 1 and winning this. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.